Hey guys, this is Mark chapter 5. Jesus heals a demon-possessed man. After Mark chapter 4, when Jesus calmed a storm, Jesus arrives at the other side with his disciples. If you missed Mark chapter 4, you can go back and watch Mark chapter 4, Jesus calms the storm. This story picks up right after that one. So he and his disciples have crossed the Sea of Galilee, and they arrive at the country of the Gadarenes on the other side, where a demon-possessed man meets them as they get out of the boat. So immediately after Jesus gets out of the boat, this demon-possessed man runs to Jesus. A little background behind this demon-possessed man: he lived among the tombs in the mountains, isolated from friends and family. People would try to come and bind the man up with shackles and chains, but he would break through the shackles, he would break through the chains, so nobody could tame him. Every day and every night, the man is cutting himself with stones and crying out in agony. So the demons are destroying this man's life. As soon as Jesus approaches on the scene, the demon-possessed man runs to Jesus, bows down, and worships him. And he says, "What have I to do with you, Jesus, Son of the Most High God?" And he begs him not to torment him. Because Jesus holds the power here, Jesus holds the authority here, and the demons know exactly who Jesus is. Jesus is the Son of the Most High God. Please don't torment me now, because they know that Jesus one day will judge and torment them. They will be destroyed. There is an end in sight. So Jesus doesn't torment them now. It is not time for him to judge them, but rather he casts them out of the man. He's come out of the man, unclean spirit. And he asks the demons, "What is your name?" And they say, "Legion, for we are many." There's many demons inside of this man's body. And all the demons inside the man's body are begging Jesus, "Don't send us out of the country. Send us into the swine on the hill." Swine, another word for pigs. So there's a lot of pigs that are on the hill, on the edge of the mountain. And they said, "Please send us into the pigs instead of sending us out of the country." So Jesus gave them permission. And the demons inside the man come out of the man, go into the pigs, and the pigs come charging down the side of the mountain. And they go into the sea, and they drown in the sea. And there's people that were feeding the pigs up on the hill. And when they see this, they are afraid, and they go tell everyone else in the city. And everybody in the city comes, and they're like, "What is going on right now?" The demon-possessed man is healed. He is in his right mind. He is clothed in his right mind, sitting at the feet of Jesus. And so everybody that's coming in from the city and the surrounding region is all looking at Jesus, looking at this man who was once demon-possessed, and they are afraid of Jesus. And they are begging, "Jesus, please get out of our region. We don't want you here. This is too scary for us." They kick Jesus out of their region. "Please leave." And so Jesus gets in the boat. The man who was demon-possessed is now free from demons. He is in his right mind. He goes to Jesus and he begs him, "Please let me go with you." But Jesus says no. He doesn't want the man to go with him. He says, "You need to go and tell your friends, go and tell your family what God has done for you. God has shown compassion on your life. Go and share that news with everyone." And so the man obeys Jesus. He goes and he tells everyone throughout Decapolis what Jesus has done for him and how God has shown compassion on his life. "Jesus has freed me. No longer am I possessed with demons." The man is free because Jesus has authority and power over darkness. Jesus has authority and power over Satan and all of his demons. And the demons that meant harm on this man's life, wanted to destroy this man's life, where he is in agony, he is cutting himself, he is crying out. Nobody can tame him. He is not living in a house, he's living among the tombs. He now gets to go home and live with family, live in community, and he is made whole. And he spreads the news to everyone, and they are all amazed. They marvel at this news. But there's other people in this story that miss out. It's the people that kicked Jesus out of their region. They didn't want any part of Jesus in their land. It was too scary. It was too different. They didn't fit with what they were used to, and so they did not want to welcome Jesus. And so there's two applications here. We can either be like the man who was healed, who was restored, who allowed Jesus to heal him, and once he was healed, he went and shared with everyone what God was doing in his life. He wanted to go with Jesus. He wanted to follow Jesus now, and Jesus was shared to many people. And many people marveled at the amazing things that Jesus had done in this man's life because he shared the good news throughout all Decapolis. Or we can be like the people who, when they saw this event, it didn't change their life, it didn't rock their world, but rather they were afraid, they were scared, they didn't fit in with what they liked, and so they pushed Jesus out of their lives, pushed them out of the city, pushed them out of the region, and they didn't want Jesus in their lives. They didn't want Jesus doing things like this. This was new, it was different, it was scary, it was out of the ordinary. But Jesus is going to call us to extraordinary lives. He is going to call us to unusual lives. And sometimes it will not be easy. Yes, it will be hard. And we have to choose, are we going to be the one that goes and shares Jesus throughout the region? People might not believe you, people may believe you, but you have to give it a chance. You have to go. Or are you going to be the one that, hey, Jesus is not going to fit in my lifestyle. I want to keep doing what I've been doing the way I've been doing it, and shut Jesus out of your life. We all have busy schedules. We all have a lot of things on our plate, but we have to decide, is Jesus the whole reason of our being? Is he the one that freed us from darkness? Because if he freed you, if he truly freed you from darkness into light, like this man whose life was destroyed, he was living in darkness, and Jesus brought him out into the light, that changes you from the inside to the outside, so that you go and you are just not going through your normal life, your normal routine. You are going out and you are sent out to share the news of the gospel. Or if Jesus really didn't make a big impact on your life, if you were still kind of the same person, then maybe you didn't have that transformation. Maybe Jesus truly didn't call you out of darkness into light, and you were just living this religion, and you might not even think, hey, I'm shutting Jesus out of my life. You may not be thinking, I'm shutting Jesus out of my life, but you are. Because he is not the number one thing on your list. He is not what you were thinking about how you can share the good news with other people in your life. He is just a part of your life, and it is a very small, minute part of your life, and it is not important to you. And if you were doing that, you were shutting Jesus out. So I challenge you, in what ways today can you be sent out to show the gospel of Jesus Christ to your neighbors, to your friends, to your family, to your city, and to the world? This is Mark chapter 5. My name is Katie. This is the Mark series, and this is Mark chapter 5.